How's it going, guys? It's me, Simon, and in this video I'm going to show you how to change your PS4 shell. I've got a nice soft touch green one. It actually feels like fabric that I'm going to put onto this PS4 controller. I've actually practiced this. I've done 4 controllers already, but this one will complete my trio of already from Xbox Labs. I got a green Xbox controller. I've changed my Switch Joy-Cons. Got a set of green ones in. Nice. So this will complete the trio. Let's begin. So guys, the things you're going to need are some tools. I've got a crosshead screwdriver that came with the green shell and a pry tool. If you don't have these, I'll put links in the description so you can get them. Here's the green shell we're going to put on. So first thing we're going to do is look at the back of the controller. We've got 4 screws that's holding it in. We're going to have to unscrew these, so that's the first thing we're going to do. Take our screwdriver and take out the screws. And be careful not to lose your screws, because you might not have spares. Another thing to think about is not stripping the screws, because then it's hard to get them out. I know it's obvious, but I have to say it. And don't rush this. Take your time, because you don't want to damage your PS4 controller. That's the key to this, just taking your time. Well, this screwing bit is not the hard bit. So take your time once you're inside the controller, that's what I mean. Is that one out? Here we go. So those screws are out. So we should be able to take off the shell. Here's a tip. If you look at the shell, you can see these 2 bits. Bit here, wait, focus. I need the camera to focus. These bits on the side, those are the clips that are holding the controller together right now. So what we need to do is get our pry tool, and we want to pry open the controller. And that was easy. One side. It's usually not as easy as this. Okay, so I should do the other side as well to get off the clip. It might take you a little bit longer. Here we go. So now you can pull it. Don't pull it apart too much, because there's a ribbon cable holding them both together. And as you can see, there it is. That's the ribbon cable that's holding it together. What you need to do is hold on to the hard bit that's connected to the socket. Not the socket, but just a bit of the last end bit of the wire. And pull that. And now you can release it. Released. Now this is the back shell of the controller. We can put that aside for a moment. And here is the second part. It's tweezers. That's for the next part. And why do we need these? It's to get out the battery, because the battery on the sides, you need to squeeze them to release it. And that's why the tweezers come in handy. So be careful with this bit, because you don't want to damage the wires. Okay, so to the sides with the tweezers, squeeze, and slowly you want to pull it out. There we go. Second attempt. And then you can take out the battery. Ta-da! Battery is out. And now it's for this, the battery holder piece, which this is the reset button bit. If you take the reset button bit and pull it, and out comes the battery compartment. It's because it's held in by these clips. I just found it easier to pull them out with the reset button part, so put that aside. And now, this is what I like to call the third layer. We want to take out the ribbon cable. So hold on to the hard blue, the blue area. That's the best bit to take it out. Might use the pliers actually. I mean tweezers. Why do I keep calling them pliers? So I'm trying to pull it up gently. We don't want to damage it. Okay, I'm having trouble with this one. Okay. It could be easier with the screw. You just need to push it out. This bit's a little bit more trickier than I expected. So I'm trying to get a nice grip behind the hard bit of the wire cable. There we go. So I just got a nice grip on it with the tweezers, and then I just shifted it left and right to get it out. And there's one more bit holding it together, and that's this screw in the middle. Sometimes you might forget, but remember the screw, because that's what's holding it together right now. So that's the middle screw. Take that out. There we go, put it aside, don't lose it. And now this whole piece should just come out. And here we are. That piece is out. So that's the whole circuit board with the analog sticks and rumble parts and LNR buttons. Turn it around, you get the analog sticks. Oops, okay. We don't want this to fall apart because we took out the screw. But these are analog sticks and triggers. So keeping that together, we put it aside. And now we have the controller. we want to take out the touchpad. To do that, you want to push this back slightly, and then, well, you push it. Okay, let's do that again. Push it from the top. At the back, I'm pushing from the... I dropped all the buttons. You don't want to drop the buttons. So, to take out the touchpad, push from the top, and then from the back, push it from below. And that's the trackpad out. Let's see what buttons I dropped. I've dropped the share button, the share, and what's the other name of the button? Options. Share and options button. So this bit, it's best to take our new shell and slowly put in the pieces from there. So we got the options button, which we want to put. Did I put that one wrong? That one must be for the other side. Yep. Try not to drop your buttons like I did. So those buttons are in. And now let's go for the PlayStation button. So take off the rubber bit. The rubber bit I'm going to put down here. And now the button, we can just push it out from the other side. Put in the button. Be gentle. Match it up. Okay, so the button's in. Now we can secure it with that plastic bit. So it's got two holes on the side, and let's get that in focus. A ledgy bit. The ledgy bit will go at the top. So push those in and then match the holes with the two pokey, what should we call them? The pokey things. Actually, is my button incorrectly? Yep. So get that piece of rubber in. Okay, so that is secure. First button secure. And now we want to take, let's go for the D-pad. So the D-pad also has a plastic covering bit. Take that off and then push out the D-pad. Well, you can even pick it out. D-pad into our new controller shell, and then you want the bit that is cut in. Let's call it cut in bit. We want the cut in bit to go in first, and then the outer shell bit to wrap itself around and make sure they go into the holes. Next, the buttons. So we have basically the same thing but 4 separate buttons. So take off the rubber piece we can put here, and now take out the buttons. Let's do them one by one. So the green button, which is the triangle button, put that in. Pink button, which one's the pink button? Pink button is the square. The pink button is the square. That's in. Next one, blue is the X. So place that one in. And finally, circle, which is orange. That's placed in now. All we have to do is to put this rubber piece on top, and remember to match it with the holes so it securely holds it together. So here we go. I'm surprised I haven't knocked down the camera that I'm trying to film this with yet, so that is a success. Okay, so now we've got all the buttons in, we can now put the controller back together. Well, do one more check that your buttons are secure, because you don't want them to fall out. So, goodbye black face piece. So, time to put it back together. Let's take our analog stick area. Oh wait, no, it's not this bit first. We need to put in the touchpad. So touchpad goes in. Oh yeah, you got to put it in through here, through the hole, and then up. Through the hole and up. And this next bit is tricky because we need to get this cable to fit back into this hole port. So this is where you need to match it up very nicely, and also you need this blue cable to go through. So take your tweezers, pliers, small object. I'm just going to try and guide it through that hole so that's easy. So it's easier to push in. Might use screwdriver. Oh yes! That's a bit lucky. I just pushed it in. Beginner's luck. So make sure everything is. Then we need to get it into the ribbon sockets. So It has a black line to show you how far it needs to go in. Now that it's in, I can move it slightly. You push it in. The usefulness of this blue hard bit is really comes in handy. So I pushed it in now. I would like it in a little bit more, I think. So let's try it. Push a little bit more. Nope, it's not having it. So I think that is fine. At the front, we want to make sure the analog sticks are through. So the analog sticks are through. Now let's put in that screw, and then we can test. The screw goes into this one. It's almost got an arrow pointing it to it. So put that screw in here and try to match it up with the hole. Screw it in. Don't over tighten this. So as soon as you feel too much tension, I think that's enough. Didn't want to push it too hard. So you can test the buttons. The buttons feel, well, they're in the right place, but they don't feel solid. So maybe I can get it in a little bit more. Let's see. Yep. If you look at the screw, it's poking up a little bit, so I can get it in a little bit more. Just got to hold down the circuit board, tighten it a little bit more. We don't want any looseness, but we don't want to over tighten it either. Here we go. Perfect. Buttons. So it feels good right now, and we can move on. The analog sticks is really good for using it as a stand to film videos. Well, it gives you a good view. The next part we want to do is put in the battery compartment. Wait. Yep, put in the battery compartment. That's the next part. So get that in place. So it just goes into these holes here, these two big black holes, and then the reset button is here, so you need that to match up. Oh, the reset button actually touches this gold bit. This gold bit up here. So that, get that in, clicked it in. We can do the battery. So you can plug in the battery. Black wire to the left. The black wire goes in left side first, and red wire facing your right side. So it's easy to push in, much easier than getting it out. And now we can put the battery in place. Okay, so there's one final part, and that's to get the back shell back on. If you want to change the back shell, you have to clip out. Well, I don't really have a back shell, but for you guys, what you need to do is to clip this bit out. You might want to watch a video. See, I actually snapped a bit of plastic that went there before by accident when I was closing the controller in one practice. So you want to match that with the light pad here, just in case. But you want to clip this bit out, and then you have to remove this piece of rubber that holds it together, and then you unscrew that bit if you want to change the back bit. I recommend watching another video just so you can do a comparison and see how it's done before you actually do it. So what we want to do now is to close the back bit, but we need to get the ribbon cable into this port here. So I don't know if I can capture this on camera. Okay, let's match it up from the side. So ribbon cable. Take the ribbon cable, you're going to have to bring the controller close, and then you want to slowly guide it in you want gold side, the gold side facing this bit this way, so the blue side is facing the battery. So take the gold side. This bit can be a little bit tricky because it's connected to the controller, and then you got to try and get it in. I think mine is in. Yep, mine is in. So now you can close it up. Remember, the clips are here on the side, up here. There's the clips. So you want to match it and then push the clips in. Voila! And now all we have to do is just put it in the back screws to finish it off. The finished controller and the buttons feeling good, and it'll stick. And you can check that you connected it properly because look, it's flashing because I just pressed the PS1. Touchpad still looks great. So there you go guys, that is how you change your PS4 controller shell. I now have my trio of Xbox controller, PS4 controller and Nintendo Switch, all of them green. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like, consider becoming a subscriber for more content like this. Thank you for watching and peace out.
Oh, what I would do for just a moment with you.